Welcome to the Dark Zone, an adventure racing podcast. This is your host, Brian Gatens. We've been following along at the USARA Nationals being held right now in Bishop, California. Last night, just as sunset was arriving on the race course, we had the chance to talk real quickly with 4 teams as they were heading into TA4. Team Psyched, the Cherubini Brothers, Team Thisability, and Only Mostly Lost spent some time telling us about their race so far, how's it going, and what they expect ahead of them. Thank you to those teams for getting on board to help us out. Thank you to Dave Gedney of USARA Media for making it happen. Be sure to check out usara.com for all race tracking and following. Thanks for being a listener, and enjoy this episode, a Flash podcast episode of The Dark Zone. Team Psych, Brian Gatens here. How are you?
Doing good.
Good. I need names and ages. Who am I talking to?
This is Shane Sykes. I am 44.
Oh, I'm Sarah. I'm 16.
I'm Taylor. I am 15.
Outstanding. And for the listeners at home, where are you right now? What are you doing at this moment?
We are walking down a dirt road paralleling Highway 395, roughly halfway between Mammoth and Bishop, having just come off of the miserable lake paddle. That is definitely our least strong discipline.
So I'm looking at your tracker right now, and I'm seeing some pretty impressive work so far. Does that make sense to you?
As long as you delete the paddle, yeah, I think it's pretty strong.
So what was the hard part on the paddle? Was it the wind? Was it the travel? What was the problem there?
The boat. The boat. The fact that it was a boat.
Okay. So if the paddle is your least favorite, what's been your favorite part of the race so far?
Sarah, what's your favorite?
Definitely the downhill mountain biking.
Really? So I had heard that was double black diamond and super duper hard, and it looks like your team blew right through it. Is that correct?
Yeah, it was not as challenging as we were expecting.
Okay.
Yeah. But there were some parts that there was like really loose sand, which I didn't like at all, but the rock gardens and such, that was fine for us.
Gotcha.
Was it trails like that by our place?
How steep was it?
I don't know. Steep-ish.
Steep-ish. Okay.
So there were a couple of pitches that were really steep. There's one really super sandy hill that was really steep. Otherwise, I don't remember anything that was crazy steep. Just a lot of small rocky drops and
Gotcha.
Loose
Very
soil.
Good. So how are your feet holding together?
Feet are doing good.
All right.
Yeah.
Good. So aside from the paddle, what's been the biggest challenge?
Taylor, what's been your biggest challenge?
I think the hardest part besides the paddle was the biking on the gravel road to the paddle.
Okay. That was tough. Was it just boring?
Yeah.
No, it was really bumpy.
Okay.
And there were like these small bumps placed so that your bike would hit them each time with both wheels. To just
Got it. Oh, okay. So now you're in a trek now, right? And you're doing great. I'm looking in the tracker right now. You're getting close to making it to the TA. How excited are you for the next bike?
Pretty excited.
Yeah.
It sounds like the bike might be your favorite discipline. Is that true?
Bike or trek?
Okay.
Single track bike is our favorite discipline.
Single track bike. Okay.
Which isn't super common on most races,
Gotcha.
Unfortunately.
Okay. Now I probably shouldn't tell you where you are in the overall race, but I will tell you that you're doing great. And you should be really, really proud of your work so far.
Awesome.
Now, but I have a question. Now, obviously, 2 of you are still in school. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you were allowed to skip school today?
Well, I do a college prep school, so I'm just taking college classes. So I just worked ahead and let my professors know. And they're like, sure, as long as your assignments are done, we don't care.
Do you think the excuse to miss school to go race in the national championships is the best excuse they've ever heard in school?
Probably.
Except that one of your teachers didn't care.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
All right, right there on the right.
Oh, my goodness.
Go punch it for us, Sarah. All right.
Now, what are you punching right now? Are you punching CP? Is that
CP just before the TA, whatever number
that
is.
CP9, right?
Yep.
So you guys are right by the underpass.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna go to
Nice.
the deep dark tunnel and hopefully
Nice.
not find any trolls.
Yeah,
No,
hopefully there's
you
no
never
trolls in
know.
there.
It is California. It could happen. So listen, I don't want to get in the way of your guys' race because you're doing so well. I want you to keep rolling here. Tell me a little bit before you go through. Give me the overall scale of 1 to 10. 1 being you're having a really hard time. 10, you feel like you're racing really well. Where do you guys put yourself?
8, 9.
8, 9.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
8, 9.
Yeah,
At the moment, like on the paddle, I would have said
A 2.
2.
A 2.
But now that we're not on the paddle, I'd say, yeah, 8 or 9.
So
Yeah,
what do you feel is going to be what's your biggest challenge going forward? Is it going to be the nighttime navigation, the fatigue? What do you think? What are you guys going to have to dig deep?
For me, probably just pushing through lack of sleep.
Okay.
That'll be tough for me.
Yeah.
Taylor, what do you think?
We'll see it on the map.
I think it'll be hard, like once we hit like mid-morning, because it's not just make it till the sun rises and then we're done. We have to
Gotcha.
push to the afternoon.
Gotcha. And it's 7:41 there now. What time did the race start?
30.
8:30-ish.
Okay, so you're closing in on, you're getting close to 12 hours. So you're about 30% of the way through the race. Oh, no, you're more than that because it's a 30-hour race, right? And so
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just over 30%.
It's over 30% of the way through the race. Excellent. Well, listen, I'm not going to get in your guys' way. I want you to keep racing, doing a great job. I'd love to talk to you when we're all said and done here. But listen, give the phone back to Dave. Keep racing safe and sound. We're very proud of you. You're doing a great job.
Awesome.
All right. We're very proud of you
much.
guys. Thank you. Thank you, team Psyched. You guys are the best.
All right, Brian, we got the Cherubini Brothers here. You got 5 minutes with them.
Very good.
Hey,
Cherubini,
Brian.
Cherubini, what's
How's
go?
it
So
going?
tell me, how's it going so far?
Good.
Going well.
Good.
I saw a video
it's
of you guys. It's epic-y. Oh, I saw some video of you guys out on the water. Sound like you're having a great time. Good paddle. How miserable was that for you?
The paddle's always a
Yeah.
Paddle's
We're
always
not
the
best
worst.
paddlers, so
No one
we
likes
have
to
to always
paddle.
adjust.
What
But
was it on the paddle? Was it the wind or was it just the chop?
It was
or was it
winning
just
for
long?
the first third. We didn't have. We didn't tether.
We didn't tether.
We didn't tether
Oh.
a single
Got
kayak.
it.
So we were
Got
I don't know
going.
if anyone was telling you, but that river section was pretty shallow, and there was a lot of we didn't have to walk through anything,
Yeah.
but you had the butt push through
Yeah,
everything.
you had to kind of
The
push.
bus
Yeah.
scoot.
Okay.
The bus scoot.
But no, it's been great. The top of the up and down the
Mammoth was awesome.
Mammoth, that was incredible. I get huge vertigo, and
Yeah.
for me, making it up and over that thing was. I can't wait to tell my kids because they're going to be pretty amazed that I did it.
Gotcha. And
They like to make
if I'm
fun of me.
correct, I'm talking to identical twins, Mike and Jeff and
Yep,
JJ.
Yep.
And so
Yeah.
you guys are and so not to be facetious, you guys truly are the brothers. All three of you are
We are
brothers.
really brothers.
Okay. And do me a favor, say your last name for me, just so I get it right.
Cherubini.
Cherubini. So it's a
They're
cherub.
like Cherub and Enid.
Cherubini. And so pretty great stuff. We have brothers racing here together. Now you race together often, am I correct? I've seen you guys around.
Yeah,
We've been doing it since 2003, so like almost 20 years.
almost 20 years now.
How many national championships have you done?
This is our fourth.
Okay. And how's this one ranked so far?
Right now, the best by far.
By far.
And
Hands down.
what's making it the best?
Just the epic scenery. It is such a different scale.
Yeah.
And
the
the other
elevation.
ones?
The elevation's
The
amazing.
elevation, it's so different than
The views.
racing East Coast,
The views.
right? When you think about what we
Yeah, the
normally,
scale.
maybe we love it because it's so different than what we're normally used to.
Gotcha.
It's been fantastic.
Well, as an East Coast guy myself, it strikes me that the vistas are amazing, the
Yep.
terrain, right? That kind of
You're just
brush
on these
and
long roads, right?
Okay.
You don't really get an hour of downhill back on the East Coast.
right, exactly. Yeah, that's a good point, right? It's not we're a lot of up, a lot of down. Well,
Or
there-
even the 2 hours of uphill to start the race. Whatever. But actually, we did better than that. We
Sure.
got up pretty good.
Yeah, we got well.
so-
Actually, so I'm gonna ask you a question. So
Sure.
I'm good friends with, and I think he reached out to you with Joe Paralia.
Oh
If,
yeah, yes.
Yeah, so I work with him. So Joe and I are close. I know him well. He talks highly of you. So yeah,
Well, that's very nice. Well, not to reminisce, but my wife and Joe's wife were in each other's weddings. So
Yep.
we were married. Our wedding date is 1994. Theirs is the same date on 1995. And our wives
that's
actually,
awesome.
and our wives shared wedding dresses. That's how well we know them.
that's fantastic.
How great is
That's
that?
fantastic.
But enough about me and my wedding reminiscence. So going into you've raced enough to realize you're going into nighttime.
Yeah.
The race is going on. You're about 30% of the way through the race, right? what do you expect? You're going into a TA. What's your strategy for the rest of the race? You've seen the course. You have a sense of it. There's places to go long, places to go short.
Yes.
Where are you guys on that right now? What do you think? What can we expect?
First thing we're doing is we're doing a complete clothes change because we have that bin there.
Gotcha.
So we're gonna get all dried up and be nice and warm and fresh. And we heard a little bit about the pro on the bike, so we are going to skip the pro. We don't even think we're gonna look at or map it. We're just gonna skip it because we really want to get to the canyon to get the whole canyon in.
Gotcha.
We don't want to be. So our goal right now is to get the bike. By the way, we love the bike, but it's we're gonna skip the pro on the bike and go try to get to the canyon so we get that full canyon in.
It sounds like that's a really wise strategy because and I don't want to go too deep into what I could see at home out of fairness to the racing, but I could tell you that I think your gut's giving you the right. When you're looking at the maps, I think you're making a good decision in regards to course management.
Yeah, we're just doing it.
Yeah.
We're just doing it.
Yeah.
We're told we got to get going.
You got to get going. Okay, listen, 5 minutes are up. You guys are the greatest. I will tell Joe Prowley you said hello.
Thanks.
Brian, good job.
It's a smart.
for everything.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks everyone here, guys.
Keep on rocking, guys.
Okay, take care.
Thanks, guys.
Team Thisability. This is you're on with Brian Gatens.
Hey, Brian.
Well, hello, Team Thisability. How are you? How's it going so far?
Not bad. That first hike up was pretty good.
Okay.
A little out of breath for us East Coasters.
Okay.
And then,
11,000 feet.
Yeah, we did 2,400 feet up and finished at 11,000. The single track down, we went off the mountaintop route instead of the double black diamond pro points for a smart decision, we think.
Good.
And then bombing down that mountain for an hour was amazing.
So that's correct. That was an hour-long downhill ride.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
That's incredible. I mean, for us East Coasters, that's a big moment.
And then it was actually a lot more than an hour because once we got down, we just kept on going down and down and down and down.
Gotcha. Now, for the people at home, who am I talking to? I know who I'm talking to. Tell me who I'm talking to.
Oh, this is Brent Russell.
Mary Foster.
You got Matt Wilson, heavyweight who loves falling downhill.
So this is Team Thisability Racing. We are talking to you on your way into TA4. You came off the paddle now. We have a trek, and then you're going into the TA. And this is your 5-minute media time, so thank you for that. How did that paddle go for you?
The paddle was not bad until the last probably hour.
Okay.
The wind was, wind on a lake, and you're in sit on top tandem kayaks towing a solo, which was me, by the way.
Okay, that was a decision. Okay.
We didn't kill Matt doing it though, so that's a plus.
We had a series of clouds that would actually just kind of hover directly over us. So it was actually pretty shaded for us for the duration, which could have been the hottest part of the day. So that worked out for us pretty nice, actually.
It's funny you bring that up. We've been talking all about the altitude. How's the weather been?
Weather's been good. I have definitely felt the altitude today.
Okay.
I usually am not so tired this far into a 24-hour race, but I definitely feel more tired.
Gotcha.
And it's messed with my stomach a little bit.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm not a fan of the altitude.
Okay. So you have the headache thing working, a bit of the stomach's going at you.
Definitely have the headache. Yeah, headache. For
She
sure.
also took a nap in the second boat, so there's that.
So I want to be thoughtful of your 5 minutes. So I'm gonna jump into another question I'd like to ask. You're just about 12 hours into the race. It's a 30-hour race. So you're in that section where it's going to get challenging for you going into the nighttime at TA. What is your strategy going into the rest of the race? Have you thought about the pro points, or are you going to make it up as you go along?
We're going to make it up when we see the maps.
Okay.
That's the problem.
We haven't seen the maps.
Yeah, this next TA, we're going to get a lot more information that we don't have at the moment. So I think we'll probably make a lot of decisions based on that.
Got it. Okay. And how has the nav been so far?
Good. Yeah, it's been pretty straightforward. So
okay. Excellent.
We on the way down the mountain, there was a couple things after we got off the mountain where we made some really good choices.
Okay.
With Mary navving, and other people passed us later that were already ahead of us. So we know that we made at least 30, 40 minutes up on good nav through the network of sandy trails.
Gotcha. And so right now, when it comes to course management and knowing what you have laying in front of you, obviously you can't make those decisions because you're waiting to get feedback on the maps that are waiting for you in the TA.
Correct. But we're going to go as far as we can on the bike before we think we got to turn around, because the rest of the course is pretty linear.
Yes.
So we know the hours ahead of us. So it's kind of what can we do on the bike to make sure that we make the cutoffs.
Gotcha. And what time is sunrise tomorrow?
I don't know.
Whenever it comes up.
6:30. 6:30.
Whenever it comes up, that'll be sunrise.
Our headlamps are bright enough.
Is it past your bedtime, Brian?
It is 11 o'clock back east, but because I'm dedicated to you, I stayed awake to have this conversation with you.
It's all about a school night.
It's not a school night.
A school night.
No. If it was, I'd be in bed by 2 hours by now. Well, listen, I think we're up against your 5 minutes. I want to be thoughtful of your race. You guys are doing a great job. Oh, and by the way, just so you know, your colleagues down in Paraguay, they are all set. They've posted that their stuff is packed and ready to go. They're getting a meal in, and they're starting their race tomorrow. So they're in one piece, and they can't wait to race. So I know you'd want to hear that.
Cool. Thanks for the update.
No problem.
Send
at all.
them our best.
I will. All right, team. Listen, I'm going to let you go. You get near that tunnel. We're going to lose you anyway. Be safe. Keep racing.
Hey,
all my best, guys. Thank you, guys.
Hey, we need you for the orienteering section or the canyoneering section, and Jimmy with his inflatable.
We'll be
unicorn.
I'm on the way. All right, guys. Be safe.
All right. Hey, thanks a lot, Brian.
You guys are on with Brian Gatens.
So,
Brian.
Only mostly lost. How we doing out there? Tell me.
Hey, we're doing good. A couple of mistakes. One mistake on the first leg, one mistake on the second leg, but we've been good since then.
Very nice. And give me names. Who am I talking to out there? What are your names?
Jason.
I'm Jim.
And Gary.
And you guys, it sounds like you guys are having a great time out there. Is that true?
Great course.
Great course. So what's been your favorite section so far?
Oh, the biking.
Yeah, that's what everyone is saying. Holy cow, right? Holy cow.
Oh, yeah.
Now, where are you guys from?
One of us is from Florida, one of us is from Kentucky, and one of us is from Ohio.
Okay, so this is some pretty special terrain to be racing on right now.
Oh, heck yeah.
Okay. People are they're going on about the hour-long bike descent. We don't get that back east.
I have a hill maybe 50 meters within probably an hour of where I live. Maybe 50.
How, as before the race, a lot of folks talked about how the mountain bike had a very technical nature. Did you find it to be technical on the descent, or did it flow pretty smoothly for you?
Well, Gary's the best mountain biker of us. Also, I'll answer that. So, it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. There were definitely sections where we didn't ride because the first trail we were on was double black diamond, and we're not really like pro mountain bikers or anything.
We're more gentlemen mountain bikers.
Yeah. I think the big rule of racing is be able to go to work on a Monday, right? And so you want to stay together in one piece.
Absolutely.
Right. So that's good news. So that was your favorite part of the race. What part of the race do you find you the most challenging?
Jim?
Well, the paddle got very wet. Gotcha. And so I exited the water just shivering, and I had to change all my clothes. It was a little demoralizing, but I'm warm and dry now, feeling pretty good. And I'm talking about how I used to be Alanis Morissette's boyfriend, and I'm the inspiration for all of her hate romance songs.
That was you. You're famous.
Andy wished he had stockings with a line up the back instead of his tights right now because he's a little bit overheating.
Dude, I told you that in confidence. That was confidence.
So what's interesting is that you guys, while you're about 12 hours into the race, you're having like 50-hour hallucinations. So I'm proud of you. You're working hard out there.
Thank you.
So you're like I said, you're closing in you're a third of the way through the race. Course management is going to be a big part of the race going forward. What are your thoughts about the rest of the course? I know you're going to get a set of maps in TA4, but what are your thoughts about where are you going to begin to make decisions regarding how much of the course you're going to cover?
Probably at this TA, we'll take a look at that bike. So far, we've been kind of like right on with their estimates, maybe slightly ahead.
Okay.
So I think we have maybe an hour in the bank right now.
Okay.
To avoid cutoffs.
And we love to bike.
Nice.
Gary loves to bike.
And how are you guys feeling overall?
Pretty good. I mean, they've broken up the course enough that it's not been that grueling. I
Gotcha.
feel like.
Yeah. I think it's an excellent course. A really excellent course. A lot of legs, lovely scenery. Really my favorite, I think, ever.
Interesting. And how many nationals have you raced?
I think this is my 10th.
Your 10th. Wow, that's a pretty big statement to make. That your 10th nationals is your favorite one course wise. Do you think it's because coming from back east, the expanse of the course, right? The terrain, the massive vistas. It feels like the West is so big to everybody. Is that what it feels like to you guys?
Certainly, the novelty adds a lot. It really does. And so does the altitude affecting my mind and the 3-hour jet lag. So,
gotcha. All those factors coming together to make it a great experience. All those factors
coming together, just making me giddy. So,
gotcha.
But I love it. It's a great course.
How are you guys holding together now? Is the elevation impacting you guys?
I think it is. Like legs feel heavy, head feels a little foggy or headachy.
Gotcha.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah. I spoke to another racer earlier, and she was talking about how she has like kind of a dull headache going on, and her stomach's off a little bit. I think that's just the byproduct of just being out there and racing through it. But it sounds like you guys are having a great race. It sounds like you're very happy so far.
Yeah, we're having fun.
Could be better.
Say that again.
Company could be better.
This is the part where you guys turn on each other. That always makes for a good podcast.
Ugly head rears itself. Jealousy.
Yeah, exactly. It all comes apart. Who's your lead navigator?
Jason, I am.
Jason, and so how are you finding the navigation so far?
The ski hill was tricky because it was like it's an artistic map. Is kind of how I call it, right? So there were a few spots. There was one spot we made a wrong turn, went down the side of the mountain we weren't supposed to go down, and that cost us quite a bit, at least a half hour, if not more, on that section. But other than that, it's been pretty good.
Gotcha.
We'll see this next. I guess we're going up high in this next section, so we'll see.
Yep. I'm looking at your route now, and I can see the part where you dropped off the wrong part of the after the Pro Point 1. You dropped off to the east.
I feel like the trails are not shown like connecting like they are in reality. Maybe we saw that in a different part of the map, and we didn't adjust. We didn't make note of that before we headed down the mountain. So
I'll give you an interesting data point for you to consider as you look at it. That same mistake was made by Team Bones.
Hey,
yeah,
good company.
You're in very good company. Yeah. T-Bones made that mistake. It clearly there was something to do where obviously it appealed to the two of you that the trail must have gone in a certain direction. And even the maps that we have, we're looking at home. Clearly those ski hills make for really complicated navigation.
And the signs, they're not as well marked as they might be, right?
Gotcha.
So that intersection, it was not very well marked.
And plus it's the beginning of the race. You're just at that big climb. Your adrenaline is up. You're trying to find your way around. It gets challenging.
Yeah,
it does.
You kind of, and sometimes you tend to rush decisions too, right? Because you're like, we gotta go.
Always. Yep. You know, when the old expression, when the heart rate goes up, the brain power goes down, right? And so the adrenaline is pumping, and you got to get somewhere.
Throw in elevation, and it makes it even worse, right?
Even worse, right? What are your waiting for you in your bins at the next TA? Do you have anything special packed in there in terms of food, in terms of drink, or are you gonna see what they have available at local stores?
We all have Diet Mountain Dew, and we're gonna chug that. So
gotcha.
We're looking forward to that.
Get that in you. Good. Well, listen, I don't want to keep you guys away from your Diet Mountain Dew. I know how important that is.
We got to go, man.
Yeah, you got to go. Make certain you talk to Dave that this counts as your 5-minute media stop. So down the road, this will excuse you guys from that. Just make it a point that he'll give you some more instructions on that. But I don't want to keep you guys. You are doing a great job out there. We really appreciate you talking to us. So
it's fun talking to you.
Yeah, I kind of feel famous now.
Well, in the niche world of adventure racing, you're huge. Only mostly lost. Have a great rest of the race. We'll be cheering from you from here.
Thank you. Thank you so much.